Hello, ladies, successful women in business. Welcome to our live show. We've been looking forward to this live show and it's been playing up. But today, I'm happy to announce that we've gone live. Yeah. And today we have one of our very own successful ladies who is ready to share with us her journey and, to learn some tips on how to attract clients to our business. How can we grow and scale our business? So, ladies, successful women, and any gentlemen in our group, welcome with me, Mutiat Adebowale. Mutiat, welcome to our show today.
Thank you so very much for having me here today. Thank you so much. I'm really honored to be here today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's been a long journey for us to get onto this broadcast, but I'm so glad that, persistence actually paid off. And I'm so excited. I can't wait to hear from you. So, Mutiat, please share with us your journey. How did you start on becoming a businesswoman?
Oh, okay. That is a really big question. How did you become a businesswoman, somebody who does business?
Yeah, because I know, after school, you expected maybe to get a job and, but how did you end up?
Exactly.
And maybe tell us more a bit of what you do, because I know I already know and we've worked together. I know what you do, and I would love other people to hear more about you.
That's okay, fine. You know what? When you say that word businesswoman, because the thing is, it's something, just as you said, when you go to school, I am somebody who never ever thought of getting into business, right? Even as I grew, when I started, I worked as a broadcaster and all of that. So I was doing that. And then even when I moved in England, I was still working. So I wasn't thinking about getting into business. But what actually got me into business was, I think, the challenges that I had myself. And one of the challenges I had was, as I grew older, I was somebody who had a voice almost taken away. When I mean voice taken away, was I grew up in a situation, the surroundings where I'm generally quiet, but unfortunately, I lost my voice within the crowd because when I was in secondary school, I was really like bullied and people were saying lots of things. Oh, she's talking. Oh, she's saying this. She's saying all of those things. Intimidated me so much so that even when I was a broadcaster, I wasn't really talking, right? I would only talk behind the radio. And once I stepped out of the studio, that was it. I couldn't do anything. The only love that I had and the only thing I took solace in was writing and writing and writing. And you see, whilst I was writing, I grew to have my own blog. It was just a hobby. But because I liked it, I liked something around personal development and things like that. So I was writing a lot around that. I published my books and all of those things. However, whilst I was, what did you say? Persistent in my writing, I saw something around personal development, coaching, and all of that. I'd never known about coaching. It was about 2007, 2008, thereabouts. So I tried it out when I saw that. And when I went for that training, I liked it. So it was something to do with coaching, life coaching, and all of that. So I said, wow, this is really beautiful. So I was going to more of those free training, their network sessions, and all of those things. I liked it. So at first, I couldn't get myself into enrolling fully. So I started learning, I started writing, increased my interest, in personal development and coaching. So as I continued to do that, I was finally able to get, coached professionally in about 2011. Did my NLP, and that was how I started, getting into the business gradually. And because I had been a person who couldn't talk, who couldn't speak for myself, finding coaching at the time helped me with my own personal development, helped me with my, my blogs, the way I saw myself. It helped me broke that spell of not being able to speak, and I was becoming, really conscious of the way I lived and did my things. And I started getting speaking gigs. I opened up. I realized that I had allowed other people's view about me to stop me from being who I wanted to be. Okay, so because I was able to do that, and because I was beginning to do public speaking, that was how my business started. And people saw me, and they came to me. They liked the fact that I was doing that, and a lot of people who even knew me, each time they saw me speaking, they, I wasn't expecting that. I didn't know you could do that, So that opened up a big path for me to thrive in my business, to begin to do things that I'd never thought. So that was how it now transformed into a business that I grew and grew, until it became what it is today, and I'm still growing it anyway. So yeah, that's just how it started. It started by me, breaking, the chains and the bars that held me, and me trying to break through into becoming somebody, that I love who I am today. And I'm still transforming,
others to also become, you're helping others to also become who they are meant to be.
Exactly. And
as well, you do take out, you help people to remove any kind of limitations, isn't it?
Definitely. And when the first time I did not a public speaking, the first time I did training sort of and a speaking, together to a group of business women in London, and they were saying to me, the tips I gave to them, because at the time again I was being I'm a Google partner. I was doing Google adverts for people, for agencies, and all of those things. So I was able to share some tips on how to promote their business in Google, use Google AdWords, and I was giving them Google promo coupons and things like that. And what happened that I continued really was because at that time, a lot of the women, the ladies came to me and said, "Oh, I've always wanted to have this. I've always wanted to know about this." Those little shifts, and some of them continued with me from there. And we, it started a sort of connection. I was training them. That little shift convinced me at that point that yes, you're not doing something wrong, by trying to. So, sometimes you don't know the people need, what you're learning or what or your knowledge or, the things you're doing. But that point convinced me to say, okay, yes, there are people out there who probably need what you have. And that was the thing that really put me on and make me like, yes, you've got to do it, and until today I'm really grateful that I took that step, that I was really persistent, in finding my voice and finding who I really am.
Well done, and I'm glad to be among the people that you have coached concerning email marketing. We've been on the journey together, and I have really learned a lot. And I'm telling every lady out there who would like to learn how to market their businesses through email, contact Mutiat. He's a very good coach.
Thank you so very much.
So, Mutiat, what advice would you give to young ladies who are starting up their businesses and they want to be able to, attract the clientele? Like you said, you went out doing this, you did this. What specific advice, briefly, would you give to a lady or any business person who wants to grow and attract their business clients to their businesses?
Okay, yes, to grow your client base or have business and have, loads of clients come to you. You see, it starts from inside out. We do a lot of strategies like, what I did, as I told you, speaking, all of these things help, but they are secondary because it has to start first from inside of you. One, you have to have that love for what you're doing and believe in yourself, right? Believe in yourself, and then you deliver anything to people the way what you're delivering, because you're delivering it based on the passion and the confidence that you've got. You've got to love yourself and understand that you mustn't let any fear at all hold you back. Right. Because that's the first thing. When you're not allowing fear to hold you back, then you can go higher and higher. Okay. So once you've done the inside work, believing in yourself and staying focused and really being clear on what you want to do, then you can begin the strategies to attract clients to your business. And how do you do that? You stay clear. You need to understand exactly who you want to work with. What type of business do you want to do? And ask your questions. Why do you want to do this business? Why am I into this business? Okay. What would it give me to be in this business? What difference would it make to my life to do this business? The reason I'm saying this is you've got to be really clear on why you're getting into. When you know your big why is going to help you go further and further in your business. Don't forget, being an entrepreneur, a business person can be lonely. Not just that, it can be really difficult sometimes. And there are times where things are really high for you, you're happy, you're getting clients, and there are times that are low. So at these times, you need to have that why, that driving force, the end goal. Like I said, what's your end goal? At the end of the day, okay, what do I want to achieve? Exactly. So when you know your end goal, it continues to remind you why you started the journey. And that's the driving force that's going to keep you going on and on and on, so that you can now begin to build these strategies and systems that you need. So the first thing, my advice for anyone getting into the business is be clear on why you're starting your business. Why am I in this? Is it strong enough to take you really far and wide? When you're clear on your why, then you can go to stage 2. Be clear on who you want to work with. Who do I want to work with? Who moves me? Who makes me feel good? What type of people? Business women. If you want to define them in whatever category, age group, the type of business they do, who, or the general populace. I want to be making soap for people. What type of soap do you want to make? I want to make lotion, body cream. Who do you want to buy your products? Why do you want to serve these particular people? Okay, what difference will it make to them when they begin to buy to you? So what difference would it make in your life that you're serving them? You need to be crystal clear about who you want to serve. And when you're clear about who you want to serve, I mean, the other things are just like really secondary. It's just about you now targeting your messages to them, know how to reach them. But you need to know who they are first, then to begin the journey as to where they are, how you want to meet them, how you want to connect with them, and what type of messages will make them fall into your base and all of those things. First thing is be clear on what you want to do, why you want to do it, and then be clear on who you want to serve. Right, who gives you the most motivation to get in business, and then you'll be fine. And maybe for that, like I always do, I have some resources that I may leave later as but things like that. It makes it really easy for you to know who you're working with, who you want to work with, and things like that. Really easy.
Awesome. It sounds really very easy and straightforward. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mutiat. Another question is, after all your success, what would you say you're struggling with right now? Because I know there's no business woman out there together. What would you say you're struggling with?
You said something. You said after all the success, and I will say, whilst we are still in the process of bringing on the success, yes, I'm really grateful. I'm really grateful to God. I'm really grateful to the universe. I'm really grateful to people like you and all of the people who come to me. I'm really grateful, right? But we're still in the process. So the success is still going. We're still, trying to clinch here, clinch there. Okay, yeah. So, but then even with that, there are challenges, huge challenges. Okay, as a business person, sometimes, as I said, it's really low. And then you just ask yourself, am I on the right path? Am I on the right track? Am I doing the right thing? Should I be doing something else? Sometimes other things want to derail you. Okay, so it's really having that guts, that insight from within you to say, okay, I'm doing what I should be doing in my business, or I will be learning what I need to be learning in my business. The challenges are still high. Sometimes, even though you have a plan for a year to say, okay, this is how I'm going to get my clients, you have all of those plans, this is what I'm going to do. Sometimes things don't work like you've planned it, right? So yes, so one of my greatest challenge is just keep being strong in my business, keep being strong in my business and staying focused, right? Being strong and staying focused, and yeah, that's one of my challenges. So,
Mm.
and at times like that, yeah, I pray, I do some inner work, and I look for friends who are going to lift me up. People like you lift me
Oh,
up and
wow.
tell me and say, okay, Mutiat, you're doing well. Yeah. So it's just those times when things are not like going well. Yeah. Yeah. These are
Mm,
the challenges, and you never know when you have that certainty and say, okay, it will always go well. So
mm.
that is one of the challenges I'm facing in my business right now.
Okay. And maybe lastly, but not least, what's the number one advice you'd say you helps you to achieve your work-life balance?
Okay. That is very, very important. Work-life balance. The thing is, as business owners, I want to believe that many business owners are becoming more conscious in the way they're doing things. We've got to be really, really conscious in the way we're doing things. We have got to know that, yes, one thing I want to name that I see with people is desperation. It happened to me too when I started. You're really desperate. I want to get that client. I want to make £1,000,000, a million, whatever euro, whatever in my business this year. I want to reach that goal. I want to do that. And then you forget all other important things in your life. Yes, the money really matters because you're going to use the money to help your family, to help your business, help yourself. However, there are other things that last longer than money. Right,
Mm,
good relationship, your health. If you're not healthy, the wealth is just going to be rubbish at the end of the day. Okay, so how I maintain my work, life, the balance that I need is I take time out. And that's one of the reasons I'm doing my business really. So when I want to work with people, I do freelance work. When I want to work with people, I know I want to work with people. When I don't want to work with people, yes, I know I don't want to work with people, that sort of thing. I know when I'm going to be going out or staying at home mostly with my kids. I don't like pressure myself into you've got to do, you've got to make. I don't give myself too much pressure because when you
mm,
don't give yourself pressure, honestly, you see, things come, you attract what you put in yourself, what you put in your mind, what you throw to the universe, you attract back, right?
mm,
If you're desperate and the universe knows you're desperate, you will find situations that bring desperation to you. And that is what I've learned over time, right?
mm,
Which makes it a lot easier for me to attract clients. Just like you and I, the way we met, things like that, the way we get to work together, it just flows. You just meet people that, you find connection with, right? Because you've given it out and you're always doing your best in every connection, in every network you find in, you do your best in your business, but you're not desperate to make things. When you're not desperate, then you find time to relax, to plan your time, in a way that's going to give you the balance that you need. But when you're desperate, you can't give yourself that balance and say, okay, I'm going to take some time out, I'm going to do this. So one of the things that I've taken out of my way is desperation, feeling desperate
yeah.
to make money, to get clients and all of these things. No, it doesn't help. It only puts us under stress. So when
Mm,
you're not desperate and you allow things to flow naturally, for as long as you're doing what you need to be doing in your business, you've put the plan out, then everything's going to be fine.
wow. Amazing. So lastly, what products are you offering that if people are looking to be helped? And any last word of encouragement to our ladies struggling in business and they're at the verge of giving up?
Yeah.
Just one last word you can give them.
Okay. Yeah, the first one, what I'm offering. I'm having my I'm having so many programs, but I'm just having my sell to what's called a selling intensive masterclass, 1 day selling intensive master, sell like a pro, yeah, masterclass in London, March 16th. Yeah, I'll find the link and I'll post it down. I'm having that in March. Aside that, I've got my program that's gonna happen February 4. However, I only have 2 slots for that, so I'm not advertising that because that's filled already. Okay, but again, I'm going to be leaving comments on the resources I talked about, which helps people plan your year, plan your time, plan your business, and not just that, let you know where and how to be clear on how to attract your clients, right? How to attract people into your business. It really sets out, what's your goal, why you must achieve that goal, why that goal is important, what the goal is going to serve in your life, what purpose is going to serve, all of these things. So you just don't plan because other people are planning. You just don't set goals because other people are setting goals. You're going to set goals that you will sit down and ask yourself real questions that's going to help you reach why you're exactly setting this goal. So I'm going to put the resources down. It's just a free resource with the training, and people can access that for free. Okay, but I'm going to put the my show for March, my training for March, I'm going to put that down as well. And my last word for people who are on the verge of quitting. Yes, quitting sometimes, because I know I did a video on when quitting serves you the most. But you see, quitting only serves when we're not really aligned with what we are choosing. Okay. But when you're aligned with what you're choosing, then you should not quit. It's not an easy journey to start your business and actually begin to attract clients immediately. Like I said to people, it almost 6 years to start having real clients in my business from when I started. Yeah. So what are we talking about? If you're at the verge of quit, do not quit, okay? Because it is only in our persistence and consistently doing something that's going to create change. Remember, in your persistence and in your consistent effort at doing things that's going to create change, then you will find change, okay? So what's important here is be consistent in your effort at doing something that's going to create change. What you want to ask yourself is today, what can I do that can create change in my business? What can I do that can create change as to where I am, and what's the change at the next level? So what's one thing I'm going to do that's going to add to that so I can move one way forward? And when you ask that question, you want to do that almost every day. Remember, it's only when you do something consistently, something constructive that's going to create that change that you want, that you're going to find the change, right? A lot of people complain and say we want to quit our business, but they're not really taking action. That's the problem. We're not taking action. I just did a challenge last week that I finished, and so many people registered. I was really impressed. So many people, but how many people really, really took action? A few of them did. So the problem is what you want to do consistently that is going to create change in your business. So ask yourself, what can I do today that's going to create change in my business? And when you do it today, you want to do it tomorrow, or you want to set a consistent pattern that you're going to be doing that thing. If it's having to speak to your clients regularly, take a phone, set up your email, whatever. What is that action that you're going to do consistently that's going to create change in your business? And that's what you want to ask yourself. And you'll see what's going to happen when you take action to do something constructive in your business.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Mutiat. It's been such a wonderful time having you on this show. Thank you for coming and sharing these wonderful tips. I believe 2019 is starting in great gear. We are on a big gear which is not going down. We are only moving forward. So I
Amen.
wish you a lovely day. And viewers, if you have any questions, please do post them under this video or inbox Mutiat or me and let me know. So wishing you all the best. Bye.
Thank you
I'm
very much.
Julian Mutiat, and
And
I'm
I'm
also a coach and an author, just in case someone is looking for help in property, in business, in book writing. I'm the one. You can
definitely.
always inbox me and let me know. Thank you
Sure.
very much. Enjoy your day. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.